comment box replying to it. Like, oh, here we go. Alright, just tell me when we're on.
You're good to go.
Oh, we're on?
Yep.
Hey, yeah, we're on.
I'm not cutting the beginning off. We're just going to start like that.
Oh, absolutely. That goes without saying. Why would we? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a Sansui QRX-3000 is going to need a light job. Also, DeOxit the controls, and it looks like the tuner is off by a frequency or two, which that's actually a very simple adjustment inside. I don't know how that happens. It seems to happen a lot more as time goes on for some reason. I used to never see it, now I see it quite often where the old tuners are, like I said, a frequency or two off.
You don't think it's like a factory discrepancy?
Nah. No, because like we had, looked like it was 99.1, but looked like it was reading like 99.5 or 99.7.
Well, we do have 99.9 around here. So
That's the one.
it couldn't pick up that.
That's the one that plays the garbage pop music.
Yeah, that's not a station I would listen to.
Okay, because I remember you telling me, because I had 99.9 on back at my place, and you said, yeah, it's weird hearing decent music come from that frequency. Yeah, it's classic rock where I'm at. It's a very repetitive classic rock station, though. Mm-hmm. Like I said, all the songs they play, they're good songs, but they're the same songs.
Yeah. That's what I liked about 95.9 is sometimes you'd hear something you never heard before.
And they took it away.
And now that's gone.
Which is funny, because that one you have up here, that Radio 104.1, we had one out of Philly that was called Radio 104.5 that was really good. And then they changed it to Alt 104.5 and said, hey, nothing's going to change except for the name of the station. It's like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah. We came from having like a really good alternative rock station to basically pop music with guitar. I like that. Wow. Look at the size of the transformer on it. Tuner unit.
Somebody's child was in there.
Wow.
Not yours, is it?
No. No.
Is
Definitely not. No name or no date, nothing?
No, it's Kodak paper. I was just talking the other day about Kodak. You know, what a brand that ruled the world for decades.
Yeah,
now
made up
like,
in Rochester. As you see.
Wow, it took the lights down for a second.
Oh, yeah. My 6500 does that.
Well, that capacitor in rush is huge.
As you can see, you have lights, but not much light.
Looks like only one of them's working.
100? That's probably that 99.9 you were telling me about.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we'll set that to where the signal locks in right before the 100 mark. Then you'll be good.
Mm.
Like I said, before we do anything, we'll get the lights changed out. This is supposed to be pretty easy. I've never done a 3500 before.
Pretty clean inside.
It is, definitely. And like I said, look at how simple it is, too. Like, I would feel comfortable recapping that. Mm. Nothing's like layered on top of each other.
All these boards have space to work with, too.
Yeah, it's nice. And it looks like, yeah, it does. That's a plug. Look at that. So you can take this cover off and pull the board out.
Oh, these are all modular.
Yeah, look at that.
That's cool.
That's crazy. Looks like they're all like that. Let's check the bottom of it. Oh, gotta take that off. But yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. It's just a little circuit board. So you can, for this, you can tip it on its side and do it from back, from behind.
It's a good design.
Yeah. Why do we get away from designing stuff like that? Oh, that's right. They don't want us to fix it.
Yeah, because this is still working.
They want you to buy. They want you to buy a new one. Unfortunately for them, I'm not about that noise. Yeah, alright, so how the hell does this thing come out of there? Looks like it's just a circuit board. Does it clip in? Does the whole thing come out? I don't know. Yeah, I think it does. Alright. There's probably I'm sure there's a YouTube video on this.
Now there's two.
Yeah. We're going to figure it out the hard way, though, because why wouldn't we?
In this video, everything will actually be in frame because I'm paying attention to the camera.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Just going to try not to mess this tuner string up. That would not be a good time.
Mm. Yeah, it doesn't look like something I want to try to thread back in place.
Yeah, I'm not even going to take that off.
I'm surprised that string is still good after all these years.
Yeah, how about it? Maybe a fuse puller would probably be better, but we can use these.
I probably have one in the garage.
They're already broken anyway. I'm just going to try not to freaking crush them. Just use a nice love grip. Pretend you're picking up an egg with it. Nice and easy.
You wouldn't just do those by hand?
I get my fat hand in there without messing anything up. I would. I can try it. Yeah. It's actually not as tight of a fit as I thought. I'm just worried about that tuner string.
Mm.
Maybe bring it down here. There we go. Yeah. One of them still worked. I don't know how, because they're all physically burnt.
Do those run on 120 or what do those work off of?
8 volts, I believe.
Hmm.
Now, when I bought these, they were specific to the model. Joe's Quality Wholesale Lamps.
Is this a good store? Should we advertise this store?
We're going to find out soon enough. We'll let you know if it's a negative review in a couple minutes.
Oh, this is on eBay. I can't believe I just advertised eBay on here.
Well, I think he probably sells, a lot of those guys, they have their own shop, but they have an eBay store too.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, why wouldn't you, honestly?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, look at that, that's freaking, ooh.
Oh, that's not the right ones to use. You want to use these.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Alright, yeah, hold this, okay, my hands ain't that, there we go, just gonna,
Those will cut right through the bulbs if you're not careful.
yeah, we got it.
I bought those to take to work as a joke, and then I realized that they came in and they actually work. So I didn't think I could take them to work.
Yeah, I can't believe they do, because if you look, there's a pretty decent gap between the blades there, unless it...
I think it closes as it goes down.
Yep. That's insanity.
But these things will cut through anything. They're really good systems.
It's a good way to cut your finger off if you're not watching what you're doing. Holy I like it.
I'm sure that'll be in the box.
I'm sure it will. And you'll be there to say, okay.
Dad's been going on for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now. It's unbelievable.
Well, I'm sure it started off as one guy, and then people just copycat.
Yeah, but it's only just that one person. It's the same one it's always been.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I like it.
And it's funny because sometimes the video is something that really stunk, and it's like, I still like it, but I hated it.
Didn't you comment that one time? I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, I think I
like it.
was
I
showing
hate it.
something that broke or whatever. Do I like it? Well, no, I hate it.
Wonder why they didn't give me these replacements for these. I mean, it is what it is, but it'd be cool to have them. Okay, I can't tell if that's a bulb or not. I have to plug this back in quick. I can't tell if that's a bulb or a fuse. It's like right behind the light for the VU meter. I kind of feel like that's
burnt like the other ones are.
Find out in a second. I'm just afraid to.
I'm gonna go with it's a bulb.
Yeah. Okay. I guess it's a bulb. If it's not, we're gonna find out pretty damn quick, huh?
No, just put it back in if it's not.
Yeah, I'd say it's a bulb. Yep. The only thing I've seen better than these is the Techniques actually has 8500X actually has light bulb sockets. You just freaking screw them right in, unscrew the holes right out. Crazy. I am so grateful this screwdriver's magnetic right now. Yeah, crap. Here's how I put the other one, Jordan. Well, the good news is it couldn't have gone very far, so I'm pretty confident we're going to find it. That's going to drive me crazy.
Is this it?
Yep. That would be it. Alright, let's plug her. Let's check it out now. Oh, look at that. Each channel is individually fused. So if you have a channel out, that'd be a good place to go. But you did not have a channel out. I did fire it up. The tester for sound, I wouldn't give you a broken. Oh yeah.
Much better.
Definitely.
It's a neat color too.
Green, yeah.
Looks like almost looks like a vacuum fluorescent color.
Well, that's why I ordered the frosty white ones. They don't. It's not as obvious that it's an LED.
Yeah, it looks fine to me. And I'll be the first to tell you if an LED doesn't look right.
Oh, do you just see some of the LED hack jobs on some of the Marances? Like, it's supposed to be, all the bulbs are supposed to be white. The vellum paper in the back is what gives it the color. They'll have the original vellum paper on and then put like these disgusting looking blue LEDs in. It just looks atrocious. Like, why would you do that to such a beautiful piece of equipment?
Is that 8 volts AC or DC?
I'm honestly not 100% sure on that, but it wouldn't be that hard to find out.
I'm guessing it's DC. I don't see any flicker to it.
You have one of those that have a meter?
Yeah.
So you do somewhere.
I'm not sure.
So
Are
here we go.
there any batteries in it? Just turn it on and see if it works. Oh yeah, use that.
Set for 9 volt, I guess. This is old school. That's a temperature probe. You have the.
You know what? Now all I use that for is the temperature. We'll use this one.
Okay.
This one's probably more accurate. Not that this is high precision, but
It might be DC. Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, it definitely does look a lot better now.
I'll give your clips or the probes.
It don't matter. Probes will work just fine. I actually do want to fire that up when it's because it looks like this one here is a little bit dim. If you look at the bulb, it does look like it does shine brighter in one direction where the LED strip is.
Oh yeah, that's definitely LEDs.
Oh my god, for sure. So yeah, I noticed this end of the dial is a little bit dimmer, so I think we'll take that back off and try to make it better. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to that kind of stuff. You don't happen to have a packet of like these smaller bulbs, do you? Like I said, this one's still. Oh, that one is out. Look at that.
What?
That'll be 8 volts too, most likely.
I wouldn't have 8. I would have 5. I might have 6 or 12. I wouldn't have anything 8.
Well, you could put a 12 volt in. Those be a little bit dimmer. Okay. Good idea. Where to look here? Plugs into these. Oh, right here's one. Try that. Probably is AC. Six volts.
AC.
Yeah, 6 volts.
Interesting.
Yes, if you have 6 volt lights, we can change those too.
I have Christmas light bulbs. I don't think they're not quite that small though.
Okay. Well, they still work yet. I mean, that one there is out, but you can still see the little. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know what the thought process behind that was. So I wish that lit up a little bit better. That's one of the coolest. That's one of the coolest parts.
How does that work?
It has a some kind of I think of how to describe it. It is really. I don't know. Basically, it's like some kind of like reflective glass. So that's on when it's in stereo, it looks like that. When you put it in quad, it looks like that. Your synthesizer and decoder lights both work. So a quad synthesizer, that's if you're listening to stereo, you can put it in synth mode and it'll take the out of phase information and give you a surround effect. The decoders, if you're playing like a quad record or a quad encoded digital file, but usually you would use 4-channel discrete. Well, yeah, I'll give you an idea of what it would look like in a second. Yeah, here you go. Swap one out quick and put it on. There you go. I guess that just looks a lot nicer.
Yeah, it's got like a little prismatic effect in there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's really neat.
I said I really wish I had the. I could always get them, and the next time I come down, we can change them. Or if you want to do it yourself, I could order the freaking kit for you.
Yeah, it looks easy enough. I could probably do that.
Yeah, it just pulls out. It looks like there's a solder joint over here. While we have it out, may as well spray the DeOxit in, but I'm going to turn this off for a second and fix that one bulb, because like I said, the one I can't help but notice, it looks a little bit dimmer. I know that probably won't bother you at all, but it'll bother me.
Well, I noticed it at night. I can't tell now.
If I wasn't the one doing it, it wouldn't bother me. I can't freaking, you know how I get. I can't just put something back like that and be like, hey, yeah, it's good.
So you got a loose connection.
That one don't work at all.
It was flickering.
Why? Cold solder joint, maybe?
Looks like it.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say it is. Either that or it's a connection on this end. No, I think I'd say it's a solder joint.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to reflow it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want a hot air or the solder gun?
What do you mean hot air?
Like the, I don't know what you call it, a real small heat gun.
That actually works?
Yeah.
It's up to you. I mean, I'd probably just use a soldering gun.
All right.
Yeah, you can see it looks beautiful now. Now it's lit all the way up in the back, but... Yeah, it looks like that one right there. If you look at it, it looks like there's a crack in it, don't it? The top one right there.
Yeah, that's not looking too good.
So that should resolve our issue.
Yeah, it should be easy fix.
Yeah, like I said, the Techniques 8-track player I have, I actually did a video on it the one time, but it has like layers of glass with a very tiny freaking light in there. Whatever setting you have it to, that's how it reads 1, 2, 3, and 4. I knew what I was trying to say. I just couldn't figure out how to put it into words.
What size tip do you want?
A small one.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that'll work. And don't judge me too much on my soldering, people. I'm not an expert. I never claimed to be. But these little ones look like they're really easy to change out. The only one I'd be a little bit worried about messing with would be the one on the tuner string. Unless it goes, I wouldn't mess with it. Like I said, I don't know how much faith I have in that 50-year-old string at this point. Although it does feel pretty solid, knock on wood. And it is in the manual how to adjust them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And restring it if you had to. So it could be done. It's just going to be a pain in the ass.
That's not going to have to get restrung.
Excellent. Give that a few minutes to heat up. Should be ready to rock and roll.
Quite literally.
Yeah, how about it? Oh, I forgot to say what's up, rockers. That's all right. You didn't say hello, viewers, either. Not yet.
Yeah, it's only like a 30-watt iron. It takes a few minutes.
It's all right. They'll get the job done. Yeah, it does look like it's it right there. Like I said, it does look like it's cracked.
Yeah, as you're touching it, it's going. I don't know if...
Is it?
That's definitely it.
Cool. I'm just glad it's something easy.
Well, if that's all that's wrong with it after, what, 50 years, I start to complain.
Yeah, I think it turns 51 this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this model was 1974 or 1973. It's one of the better ones. Like I said, I've never read a bad review on it. They're really reliable. Most people don't even mess with them, other than the lights.
Yeah.
It's one of the things, man. Where if it's working, I wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah, I think as the stuff gets older, I cling to that mentality more and more.
I mean, it would be nice to have that freaking one light working, though. But ain't much I can do about that right now. Oh yeah, here they are for the 2 and 4 channel. If you look in the back here, there's one there. They both light up a different piece of glass.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that actually works. Those are always on. Yeah, 2 and 4. I can't believe the build quality of this. And like I said, the price I got it for is just unbelievable.
What did these go for new?
New? Not really sure. I know the QRX-3500 was like 500, so this one here was probably 250, 300.
Well, that was a lot of money in '74.
For sure.
Still a lot of money today.
Yeah, these you can usually get one of these working for $400 or less. I got it for way less than that. Like I said, I can't believe I got it. The reason that's why I bought it, I'm like, you know what? I said I don't need it, but for that price, I'm not going to let it, get into the wrong hands. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You probably have some that would buy it and be like, run the balls off it for a couple of years, want to break, throw it away. Yeah. Because at least now I know it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. If it breaks, it's going back to you.
You may as well save them. You may as well save them when you can because they're not making any more of them.
Right. Oh, that's the case with everything that we work with.
Yeah, I don't think you're having a problem. Like I said, if that thing breaks, it looks like it's very easy to work on.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that little thing right there is going to be the tracking for your tuner, and it does look like a 4-gang tuner. Looks like it. I can't really see it. It's covered up pretty good. But yeah, I'd say it's a pretty high quality tuner, especially if it's picking stations up in stereo without an antenna hooked up to the back
lower level.
Yeah, in the basement. Yeah, I'd say you're doing pretty good. Like I said, I had Magic 105 tuned in my basement without an antenna.
What kind of antenna input does it take?
Oh, you could use anything. Yeah, you could get if you want to hook a roof antenna up to it, you could do that. You just gotta get the adapter, or a small piece of speaker wire. If you're gonna use it upstairs, I just get like a 2-foot piece of speaker wire and just drop it down the back. It should work fine.
I'm gonna call Kevin and ask him to bring that antenna tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we can do a channel scan on it.
K-Dog night. Let's see if it's hot enough to... I do not want to hit that string with it. Simple as that. Ain't that something? That's simple, man. Yeah, you're good. It's not flickering at all now.
Yeah, we'll just, he said he was doing something today. We just text him later.
Yeah, he's recording WXPK for me.
Hello.
Hey, this one too. Look at that now. Now the right-hand side one's. I don't know if you can see it, but now the right-hand side one's off.
Yeah.
That looks like a cracked side. I might as well just do all
Probably
freaking.
just reflow all of them.
All right. All right, Jordan, do me a favor. Tell me if it goes back on. It should.
Yep, it's back.
Is it? Yeah, all we're doing is touching the soldering iron to basically what he just said. Reflowing the solder joint. That's it.
We probably could have done this with the hot air reflow too. You never used one of those?
No.
It's like a really, really small concentrated heat gun. I mean, the output's like 1/4 inch.
I really struggle with the soldering iron. Like I said, it don't look like it right now. I mean, I'm getting a little bit better with it as I go, but I never really messed with soldering irons too. Yeah, this one here's cracked too. It's just working right now. Like I said, at least it's only the ones for the lights that are messed up and not the circuitry. Yeah, I got this off eBay, and the seller said that the rear channels didn't work, and I kind of figured what he did. I assumed, and I was right. He didn't have anything hooked up to the rear channel inputs on the back, and he probably ran it in 2-channel and didn't realize you got to put it in synthesizer.
User error.
Definitely. But in all actuality, most people don't know much about quad receivers. But like I said, I can tell you this, man. Once we play some music on this in quad, you're not going to want to go back to stereo.
I'm going to have to rearrange my entire music table now.
Like I said, when you see that Blu-ray player, you might see what that actually does and how awesome the sound that comes out. Like I said, it'll play CDs, it'll play Blu-ray discs, DVDs, Super Audio CDs. It'll play anything you can possibly think of. It'll play it. I set you up pretty good. I think you're going to like it. I may have been planning this out for a while for you. This one here doesn't want to melt. Oh, there we go. We got it now. Ah, shit. That ain't what I wanted to do. Oh, we're good. Yeah, we're good. That should be all of them. Alright.
That's real even considering it's 4 individual bulbs.
Well, that's what the vellum paper's for. If you took that out, it would just be a bunch of white lights. And it would look like crap. Alright, so I'm going to try to line this up, assuming that's 99.9. Because obviously you can't play music on here. So I'm going to try to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to line that up. So as I'm turning this potentiometer right here, the stereo light's going to go out. So in essence what I'm doing is I'm adjusting the tuner without actually adjusting the tuner. So right now it's 99.9, but it's reading like 100.1, 100.3. So I'm basically going to change the radio station with that potentiometer. So basically all it's going to do is make the needle line up with the actual station again. You have a really small flathead?
Yep.
Like I said, whatever you do, look at it before you adjust anything in one of these. Always look at where it's set at, or even better yet, take a picture. Or in this case, we have a video of it where it's at. Should be this guy right here. Yep. And you're going to tune back that way. You see if you're going the wrong way or not. I'm going the wrong way. I don't know if you can see it, Jordan, or not, how exactly what I'm doing. See, if you look, the needle's over here, so I'm going to rotate it a little bit more. Your stereo light's going to go out, but when you tune your radio down a little bit, your light's going to come back on. I went too far. So 99.9 is literally right on 99.9. You said there should be another one. You said 107.9 or something. There should be one.
Yeah, 107.9 is pretty strong.
It's picking it up, but it's not as strong.
Could it have gone Could it be off the
Well, yeah, I
scale?
think we don't have an antenna hooked up. If you have
That's
a,
true.
you know what we could do? You could use this as an antenna. Stick it in the freaking.
How about a piece of wire?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah,
Just
absolutely.
strip it out or something.
That would be a game changer. That would get you everything. Oop. FM, put it under 75 for now. Oh yeah, you're locked into stereo strong now.
No, I'm surprised even that little piece made that much of a difference.
Oh yeah. It looks like you got something across the whole band down here.
I'm very curious to hear what it's picking up,
99.1.
because when I've scanned in the past, I mean, you may get 5 channels across the whole dial. Unless my other tuner just really isn't that good.
Well, why are you picking up a lot of noise too?
Yeah.
Like you have a lot of LEDs. No, those are
So these are
LEDs.
fluorescent.
Are
This
they?
might be.
That might actually be your problem. No. There's a few dead spots on here, but for the most part, it looks like there's something. You can see the channel meter fluctuating around. Yeah, that's 5 bar. That's 99.9. That's maxed out. Has your signal meter maxed out.
Yeah, that's a
see the
pretty
signal's
strong.
dropping. There's 99.1 right on the money.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
Nice. All right.
Well, so we got. Oh, might as well DeOxit all the controls.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit goes a long way with this stuff.
My can is a quarter the size of that, and I've used it for years.
Yeah, I just got this the other day. Mine finally wore out. Now I get a little excited with it though. I mean, I don't go crazy, but I also get a lot more stereo equipment than you do, I'm sure.
That's true. Yeah. Although I use it on like air conditioner switches and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. There's different kinds too, like D5 is what you're supposed to use for this kind of stuff. Then there's also fader lube, which you're supposed to put on after you deoxit it. This is a lubricant too, so honestly, I think that's a freaking sales gimmick.
Probably.
So I usually don't even bother. I did have a thing of fader lube one time that I bought by mistake because they didn't have D5. Now, fader lube works as a cleaner too, but it's not a very good cleaner. It's more for exactly what it sounds like, lubrication. So this is your volume potentiometer. This one right here, that's going to be your most important. Now, if you look at it, it is a quad receiver, so it has a stack of 4 on the back of it. As you can see, well, obviously front, left, and right, rear, left, and right. Now, keep in mind that regular stereo receivers have speakers A and speakers B, but they're not front and rear. So all it is stereo. It's double stereo. Quad is 4 discrete channels of audio. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit. And this is already a very smooth flowing knob, but just
Well,
for
knobs are heavy too.
look at the freaking flywheel on that. Dude. If you hit that the right spot, you can clear the whole entire dial.
And that probably hasn't been lubricated in 50 years.
I honestly wouldn't, because these are notorious for the dial string slipping. I know my 6500, my tech put beeswax on it to get it to freaking stick. Cause you just sit there and turn this, that would turn, but the string would just sit there. All right, here's your balance. So again, come on. I am really afraid of messing up that tuner string. Oh, that one there freed up a little bit. I mean, it wasn't very stiff to begin with, but now you can probably blow on it and it'll move.
It'll move from the vibration.
Like I said, dude, the freaking, the build quality on these things is amazing. Knock on wood, I'm proving that I can censor myself when I have to.
I think you slipped up 2 or 3 times so far.
Yeah, but it wasn't the F word, though.
No. We'll see if it gets demodified.
Is there a list of words that you're not supposed to say?
There is.
Because I know the F word's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
The S word probably.
I think that's on there too. Which is ironic because some of the ads that they run are like borderline pornography and they're disgusting. Mm-hmm. But yet they're worried about what you say in the video. It's a double standard.
Absolutely. Well, it's just like Facebook with Zuckerberg.
Facebook is a joke.
You can literally threaten and make death threats against certain people, but if you say this person is fake or whatever like that, that gets flagged as hate speech. It's like
I got banned from Facebook.
Did you?
Just for using Marketplace. What could I have possibly said? I'd like to buy this air conditioner. Banned.
That's unbelievable.
I had no Marketplace access for months.
That's insanity. Oh yeah, you want to get this pretty good. That's your rocker switch for your functions. I said don't go crazy with this. A quick. That was probably a little excessive.
You got a little bit on the string.
Shit. It'll be all right. Yeah, if there was a problem, you'd know it by now. Yeah, no. That is not what I wanted to do. I said, just give it a little touch. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. See if I can get your push buttons. Probably not, but like I said, those are usually. Oh yeah, I can see them. I just don't want to saturate the thing in it either. Your tone controls are going to be a little bit tricky to get to. I said everything else is so like spaced out. You have more than enough room, but yet just your front panel's a little crowded there. Like I said, with the cover off, there really is no good way of gripping it other than from the bottom. Like I said, it's definitely solid, but it's still a 50-year-old piece. So you want to try to be careful with it if you can. Get those two get the two push buttons, work them a little bit. I can barely see these, but I should be able to get in there pretty good with them. Those are your tone controls for the front. Can't really see the ones for the back though. Oh, you can just feel how much easier they're. Yeah. Yeah, that one's freeing up.
It even just sounds like a good quality switch.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I prefer the ones that aren't notched, but like I said, it's a very minor complaint. You can hear it just in the ones I didn't do and the ones I did.
Yeah.
It's a lot more crisp. This one's a little bit more like...
Yeah, you can hear a difference.
Yeah. I want to try to get those. I might have to try to be a little bit tricky here with it though, because I'm not really sure. Oh, I think let's take the bottom plate off. Don't matter. Bigger, I should probably use a bigger. Oh, my favorite color. Oh, that's probably excessive though. Somebody was in here at one point. You could tell the heads of the screws are a little...
Put on too tight.
Well, somebody stripped them a little bit.
Probably used the wrong size bit. Kind
of like I'm doing right now. Except for they probably had it on a freaking drill, I'm sure. I don't know how people do that. Mess stuff up. Mess such a simple task up like that. Like you said, how some people make it through a day is just amazes me.
But you think someone that's going to even attempt to go in here would have enough clue to use a screwdriver properly?
Nah. You'd be surprised. It's really funny because you honestly don't even need... Oh yeah, you do, because the bottom of it is pretty hollow. I like the covers anyway. It makes them heavier.
Probably could sand this down and restain it.
Yeah, absolutely. People do it all the time. They come out beautiful too. You can stain it whatever color you want. You can make it darker. I like them darker. I've got all the ones out, but the ones in the middle here. Yeah, somebody was in here at one point. I just hope they didn't touch nothing. Hopefully it was just for a cleaning. But like I said, all the channels worked on it for me, so I'd say there's a pretty good chance that it wasn't bastardized. That one will get you. Nice screws.
Maybe it was this person that went in there.
That's funny. Oh yeah, you can see them really good now. I wish I would have done that to begin with. These are, I think you want to see these are your output transistors. You can really see in there good. Yep, right there in the little open. Your tone control. But it just amazes me how easy the thing would be to work on if you had to. Like I said, this board here might be a little bit difficult, but again, if you take the faceplate off, you could probably slide that whole assembly right out of there.
Yeah, and everything, you got enough space to easily do all these joints.
Oh yeah, for sure. Luckily, everything looks pretty clean in here. I don't see anything out of the ordinary that jumps right out at me. It's your speaker protect relay right here. That's shiny. No, there's no freaking oxidization, no nothing on it, no signs of anything. In fact, these don't look original. I bet you that's why it was taken apart. Yeah, I wonder what the thought process behind that was. Every other one, but not... Okay, these are different values. That explains it. They might be the original ones, I don't know. Doesn't look like any work was done in here, which is good.
Well, the screws aren't knackered, so it can't have been the same guy.
Huh. Oh good, I can see this. Yeah, this board here is a little bit... I'll probably get in here pretty good now, though. Even if I just tilt it on its side, I mean, it's not the right way of doing it, but it'll still get DeOxit in there. Tip it up on its back and see if we can... Anything's better than nothing. These knobs are moving nice and easy now. That's great. That's exactly what you just worked them. So we should be able to go upstairs, fire this up, and it should be nice and smooth. I usually keep my tone controls to flat, but like I said, depends on what kind of speakers you're using, depends on your room. Sometimes you want to give it more bass, sometimes you want to take bass away. I'm that guy that the audiophiles hate because I'm a big fan of the loudness button. I leave mine on all the time. Give it that extra oomph, especially down at the low volumes. And even the high volumes gives you more oomph. If there's one thing I'm about, it's extra oomph. I forget what's the way this went on. Can't be that hard to figure out, right? I think.
It's got to go the other way because the hole's down here.
Yep. It's usually a little bit more obvious than that. But I like that. That was a pretty quick service.
Yeah.
And these are for the feet from the bottom. Like I said, this whole entire thing reminds me of an AC kind of. It slides out of the case.
Yeah, it's a slide out amplifier.
There you go. Like I said, I'm just glad I was able to save it before it got into the wrong hands. And they said it was an eBay find. It was one of those eBay finds that it's like it wasn't listed under what it should have been. I'm like, click. It's rare nowadays to get lucky on eBay, but it does happen every now and
Yeah,
then.
well, I'm the last person you got to tell that to.
eBay used to be an amazing site.
I remember back in the even early 2010s, it was still, prices were still pretty decent.
Yep. Well, it's supply and demand. People are starting to, you can't buy stuff like this no more, and people are starting to realize that that's the problem with putting in a strip screw is that it's going to keep freaking slipping.
Yeah.
You'll realize now that these old units sound better.
Even that Goodwill, sometimes I find these in triple-digit prices, which to me is insane.
Yeah, especially since the people that put the tag on it, they didn't test it.
Right.
So you're buying something that might not even work.
And they sell. So I can see why they do it, but
disconnect power supply cord before opening. That should be obvious.
Should be. Also should be obvious to use the right size bit.
Hey, no. At first you're knocking my extension cord, now you're knocking my screwdriver choice.
Well, the extension cord, the electrician has the worst extension cord.
You ever watch my videos where I do stupid stuff like that? It's like, it's okay. I'm an electrician. Not that you could tell. But I am. This goes to show you that my workplace will hire anybody. If you can't knock on yourself, then
you got a problem.
Yeah. They found me on Wish.com when they were hiring. All right. I have it on me. Well, I can do that, and we can do that within the case too. But maybe clean up the glass a little bit. But I'm really disappointed that freaking light bulb's burned out, though. You don't have an electronic supply store around here, do you?
Last one we had would have been Radio Shack, and that's been gone for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
Which stinks. I really like that store.
Yeah, Lowe's wouldn't have it. You'd have to order it and then send it to you. Or order it and have it shipped to you. I could do that too. Alright. It is a little dusty, but not bad at all. Alright, slide this guy back in. Done with this.
I guess we'll just keep that with it for now.
That's crazy. Why don't they put a date on there?
It's on Kodak paper. It's got to be pretty old. Could it have fallen in like this, maybe?
Would have had to. Oop, sorry about that. Either that or somebody put it in there.
Should we plug it in before we slide it back into the chassis?
I would. Just see, make sure it still lights up and everything's kosher before we. It should be. It should work fine. We'll see. So we can see her. Uh-oh. There it goes. What the hell? Oh, I know why. The dial only lights up when you have it on tuner.
Makes sense.
So what I do with my Sansui is I use the tape inputs as my auxiliary. That way the tuner light's always on. I think it looks better with the tuner lit up. Alright. I'd say we're good. Now it is plugged in, so I'm going to try to get myself lit up here. I like a challenge. Like I said, it's not 100 pounds or nothing, but for what it is, it's got a freaking kick to it.
Yeah.
Put it this way, it doesn't look like it would be as heavy as it is. I just can't get over, like, other than a few minor nicks in the case, which you could easily sand that down and refinish it, but nothing's broken on the back. None of the clips are damaged. Like, it doesn't look like it was abused.
No, not at all.
Which is honestly is a pretty big rarity nowadays.
Nothing's even like corroded or rusted
No.
in here.
Just a little bit dirty, but like I said, that's normal.
That's just regular dust.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, when I bought this, I wasn't even sure if it worked. But like I said, it's a Sansui. The odds are in your favor.
Worth
if you
a
can
chance,
believe that, yeah.
Does that serial number decode to have a date within it?
Might. Some of the guys in the quad forums would probably know. This uses these. I did message that seller that had that freaking Onkyo and them 4 Kenwood speakers too. I just want the receiver, to be honest. For $60 for a powerful receiver like that, I actually have a friend of mine that's looking for a. He don't want anything like this. He just wants a simple 2-channel, like just a cheap system that'll get. All he cares about is loud. I'm like, yeah, I can do loud for you. Loud's easy.
Yeah. Onkyo's pretty good. I have that newer Onkyo in the garage. It sounds really good.
Yeah. Onkyo's good stuff. I love when people tell me all they want's loud, though, because it's like, I can do that. It's easy. And cheap. You can get a loud stereo system for a very fair price.
Well, I like loud too, but I also like quality.
Right, exactly. That's where it gets expensive. Oh, believe me, this thing will freaking jam. Like I said, it's only 27 watts per channel, but it's real 27 pure watts per channel.
What do you think that Sony one is upstairs?
Probably about that.
I think that goes pretty loud.
Kevin explained it the best to me. The wattage and decibel output is not necessarily exponential.
Yeah, as well as like with lighting. You measure light bulbs in watts, but watts is not a measurement of light.
Right. That's what your lumens is. Your wattage and your lumens are not exponential.
Right.
And I put it like this so I can put these in just to hold it up, then I can move it to where all the holes are centered. Otherwise, your whole entire unit will be sitting in there cattywampus. Yeah, we're in. Somebody definitely over tightened. They did not have to go that freaking overboard. You see that? That freaking things are dead. Yeah, that's crazy.
Probably that same guy that can't use a screwdriver right. More torque is not always better.
No. Especially being it's not holding anything up. All it's supposed to do is make it so it doesn't slide out on its own.
Which is probably not going to do anyway.
Yeah, you could finger tighten those. I mean, I wouldn't, but you could. All right. Let's go listen to some music. I noticed you have those. You notice you have clipped speakers. Sansui, are you off? Are we still on?
No, I'll cut it off.
Oh, we can. You're good.
Oh.
I'm not gonna start dropping f-bombs or nothing. Yeah, because clips and Sansui have a long history of matching up well together.
Oh, really?
So you might even just be able to. We might get those Kenwoods, and you might be like, yeah, these things are a little too big, or you might not be interested. I might take them back to PA with me, or you might really like them too.
Yeah. Well, this I think is so wide. I might need 4 speakers now if I use that table.
Maybe so.
Is it a lot of heat come out the top of that?
It shouldn't. No heat. If I
put the monitor on top of there,
probably
would be okay.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Does that monitor you have an HDMI input on it?
No, that's way before HDMI came out.
I think that player has a freaking coax out too, so you should be able to use it. But you're going to need to have the TV so you can see what you're scrolling through. Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
All right.
Yeah, those clips just sounded pretty good with that Sony over the summer. We were jamming the WPLR that night. Yeah, they said it rocked.
Yeah, it's a good system.
Yeah, and those clip speakers are probably about $300 a pair.
If that. I bought those because they were real cheap.
You can still get them.
You can? I thought they got discontinued.
Well, the newer ones have orange cones, but I'm pretty sure they're the same speaker. The clip reference.
Yeah. No, those are. I think they're icons.
Are they?
Yeah. At the time when I bought them, a lot of people were saying that was like the best you could get for that price range. And I've had those for a long time, and they've been good speakers. Yeah,
you get those guys on. I take the audio files with, like I said, with a grain of salt, because technically, by definition, I'm an audiophile. I don't consider myself one because I don't really look down on people based on their choices. I mean, to what sound might sound good to me, you might say like, yeah, I don't know if I really like that sound. You might like a more, see, I like a bright and boomy sound. So in other words, I like my freaking lows, and I like my highs to be nice and crisp. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people say, "Oh, you have too much treble." Be like, "No, I don't." Who are you to tell me I have too much treble? It's my system. I have it tuned in the way.
Preference.
Yeah, I have it set the way I want it. So what if I tell you you don't have enough treble? You know what I mean? I think, like I said, it all depends on what kind of music you listen to. Like if you're listening to jazz and stuff like that and classical, which most of those guys listen, that's all they listen to usually, which is fine. I mean, yeah, maybe you want to back it up. But if you're listening to hard rock, what you want to hear like if you're listening to Zeppelin, when freaking Bonham hits those freaking cymbals, the hi hats, you want to hear it. First, you know, that, and when he hits it with the kick drum, or when freaking you know, John Paul Jones is freaking strumming on his bass, it's like you're gonna want to feel that. Like I said, it all depends on your preference. There's guys on their clips and bows get the most hate for some reason. I think a lot of it has to do with people get pissed off because they spent freaking 30 grand for a pair of some fancy speaker that was handcrafted or whatever, which is nice. Don't get me wrong, but you can buy a clip freaking Cornwall or a Forte or a Chorus, or the Heresy series is extremely popular, and it'll sound just as good, if not better. Yeah. Like I said, it's all preference. I like the JBL sound myself, but then again, I'm a Marantz guy, and Marantz and JBL pair very well together. Marantz does not play nicely with all speakers. So if you don't hook the right speakers up to a Marantz, you're going to be like, oh, what the hell do people like these things for? You think this is terrible? But once you have a good match, it's like, okay, I get it. Whereas Sansui plays nice with almost anything.
See, I haven't used enough different systems to be able to pick up on that difference.
Well, Sansui's are the gods of quad. I mean, yeah, the other brands made good quad receivers. Like I said, I'm a Marantz guy, so I really like the 4400 with the oscilloscope. But almost any quad enthusiast is going to tell you that Sansui for quad's the way to go. Even more so than Marantz, which I just like the looks of them. The building oscilloscope, come on. Yeah, but again, you're paying instead of like something like this would be $400. A restored Marantz 4400 is going to be about between $4 and $5 grand, depending on the condition and everything. Like I said, it's astronomical. Yeah. But like I said, you only live once.
That's true. Yours only good for
And like I said, I got my funds aside when I bought it, and it's like if I would have kept swapping shit out, I would have spent more than that trying to get to that point. Which is why I try to tell people is like, if you already know what you want, go for it. I said there's two ways you can do it. You can save if you know what you want, save up for it. If you don't know what you want and you're just trying to break the grounds of it, the best thing to do is honestly go on Marketplace and buy a cheap receiver and a cheap set of speakers. Keep when you get a new set, sell the ones you have now and keep upgrading until you get what you want. I said it might take a couple years.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But you're eventually going to build yourself a good system. Especially if you buy something that's real dirty, you can shine it up, you can easily sell it for more than you bought it for. Yeah. Like I said, the good thing about vintage electronics, I mean, it's a good thing for the people that have them, bad thing for the people that are just getting into it, but the price value is only going to go up.
Right, because scarcity is only going up.
Yeah. Like I said, no one's making this no more. Any of them. That's why even if it's something, like my wife will call me a freaking hoarder sometimes, but it's like, I'm not a hoarder because I get rid of stuff. I said hoarders freaking keep it. I give away more equipment than I keep for myself. But the idea for me isn't so much acquiring it, it's preserving and giving it to people, make sure it gets used, give it to people who are going to appreciate it and enjoy it. Otherwise, it's going to end up in a landfill.
Yeah, I'll say the sad part about it is a lot of people that still have these, they find them in a basement, find them in an attic, they just throw them out because they think they're worth nothing.
Yep. Same thing with the old ACs.
Yeah, everything's like that.
They'll buy an old house, or they inherit their grandparents' old house. Like, oh, that brown old AC, I throw that piece of junk out, and they'll throw a big new white plastic piece of crap with a computer in it. And know that, oh, this thing, it's broken already. I just bought this 4 years ago.
Yeah, or, I get a lot of people that come in the comments and say, I just swapped one of these out. It doesn't cool as good. People are noticing. Yeah. Not many, but some people notice.
Well, dude, freaking 15 years ago, you could give these away. They were like $20 on the. You can get a Marantz receiver for probably like $100, $150 back in the day. Now for a low end Marantz, I think even the freaking 10 watt per channel one is selling for like $500 or $600. It's crazy.
Well, there's so many less of them than there were 15 years ago too.
Yeah, that, and people want them now too. That's the other thing.
Well, it's like records; those are coming back too.
I don't understand that. I don't. Vinyl sounds nice when it's clean, but you can get but unless it's a quad album, then I can get that. But like, people want to pay more for pops and clicks when you can get a crystal clear CD for a fraction of the price. I could see when vinyl was cheaper, because I remember back, like you just said, back in the 2000s, when I was a kid, a CD would cost $20.
I remember going to the mall and you buy CDs.
Yeah. And I could go to the used record store and buy a vinyl. Like, for example, if I wanted to buy I could buy a brand new copy of let's see, it'll be a remaster, but I know some of the CDs I bought, I was big into Pink Floyd at the time, Zeppelin. So I could buy Pink Floyd The Wall on CD for $20, but the vinyl was $5. So you get the vinyl and just put that on, just live with the pops and clicks. But but now the vinyl is probably worth $40 and the CD is still worth $20. You know what I mean? It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, for me, the CD makes more sense because you could take it in the car, I could take it to work. You know, I can't.
It doesn't
play
wear
vinyl.
out.
Right, it doesn't wear out. I can't play vinyl other than one particular setup in one room.
Right. Exactly. The CD, you can put it in your computer. You can put it, like you said, you can play it in your video game system. You can play it in your DVD player. You can play it anywhere.
Yeah.
You can rip it to the computer and then play the CD on your phone via the digital files that you got from the CD.
And they're decent quality.
Yeah,
still,
definitely. And if you rip it in WAV or FLAC, it's going to be identical quality. Or Apple Lossless is another good one, but the problem with Apple Lossless is you're limiting your compatibility to basically just Apple devices.
Proprietary.
I'm kicking myself in the ass because I had iTunes on my computer. I ripped 3,000 CDs into my hard drive, an Apple Lossless, which is a lossless format. It sounds really good, but I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna put this on my other device, and it doesn't work. Nothing will play them.
There's got to be a way to convert it, though, I would think.
I hope so. I would hope so. But yeah, it's like, oh, they got me.
That's the problem with Apple. It's compatible with nothing.
Yep.
Well, we're over an hour on this video. I think it's time to listen to some music.
Yeah, let's listen to some music.
Hello.
Hello.
When you come tomorrow, can you bring your radio antenna?
I can't, unfortunately, because I didn't bring it with me before I left the house, and I'm going to be staying over Stephanie's tonight.
Oh, all right, no big deal. We'll just stick.
Well, do you have a Lowe's nearby?
A Lowe's?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. We can get one there.
Okay. All right, we'll.
Yeah, sorry guys.
It's all right, Kevin.
We'll clean it up.
You started.
All right, cool.
You started recording when Neil Young was on, right?
Yeah, I think so. I would assume that based on the timestamp, that song would have been playing.
That's
so
awesome.
I think that everything should line up perfectly.
Cool. What a great station, man! I was loving it. I had it on North Jersey all the way through, and I screwed up too. I ended up going through the city a little bit, but it wasn't bad. I hit the city at like 5:45 in the morning, 6 o'clock. Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
No, if you get there before like 8 on the weekend, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I went through the Bronx. That was a section I went through.
Sounds like me when I get lost.
Flew through the Bronx at that hour. 24,000 from 1956.
Dude.
Really? They had them that big back
Is that
then?
B-Series?
Yeah, it's got a freaking 2 horsepower V series. The thing I shit you not, dude. By the picture, that thing's got to weigh 350, maybe even 400
More than
freaking
that,
pounds.
probably even.
I certainly am interested in seeing photographs of it. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, the 56, dude. It's like just like the one I have, except for like 3 times as freaking big, dude. He says that the round vent on that thing is almost the size of the whole entire grill for mine.
That's crazy. Wow, I had no idea such a thing existed.
Yeah, me either. That's freaking nuts, though.
That's saying something.
But yeah, you'll be in for a treat. We just got done giving Jordan's QRX-3500 a little bit of TLC. So.
Oh, okay. We're gonna the antenna, but yeah, what I'll do is next time I'll bring it with me. This way, you know what? I'll just give one to Jordan this way. I don't have to worry about this next time.
Well, you know what? If they're at Lowe's or Home Depot, we'll just go grab one. I'm gonna need one anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
What kind of antenna What kind of antenna were you talking about, Kevin? Like a set of rabbit ears? Or a dipole antenna?
I mean, depending on the sensitivity of the tuner, that's probably okay for local stuff. But I got this pretty nice round antenna that's omnidirectional, and that was like $18 from Newark Electronics.
There you go.
Yeah, so I mean, the shipping probably costs like $7, and so for less than $25, you have a pretty kick antenna.
Look at
it's
it.
not like the one that you and I use, but which is highly directional, but it'll certainly hold its own for sure.
Look at it. Put it this way: if you watch Jordan's video when he puts it up, we were picking up stations in stereo without an antenna plugged into the back of it.
Yeah, I mean, the sensitivity of that old stuff is really, it speaks for itself. It's really quite amazing. I don't know what the hell they used on the front ends of those things, but they were crazy.
Well, that...
I mean, even my SA505 is pretty sensitive.
Well, dude, the freaking, literally freaking like 25% of the main board in here is the tuner section.
That's nuts. Yeah, they probably had some like extremely high gain MOSFETs on the front end of those things. Actually, they wouldn't have been MOSFETs because those didn't exist yet. They would have been FETs, and those things are no joke. But those are also super like delicate, and they can be damaged very easily if you're not careful when you replace them or work on the unit.
I tell you what, your freaking knowledge of this kind of stuff never fails to amaze me.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. Look, we're all here to help each other out, right? And,
Absolutely.
We all know stuff that the other one doesn't know, and when we get together, we're kind of like unstoppable, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I got to run. It was wonderful talking to you fellas, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning. I'm going to head out of Stephanie's place probably around 8, so I should be there between, like, I don't know, probably around 9:30, maybe 15 minutes either side of 9:30, depending on how quick I go through the Bronx.
I'm good with it.
All right, cool. See you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Sounds good, buddy.
Yeah, and feel free to send any pictures or anything cool that you guys are working on today.
Well, we'll wait for you to see it tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
We'll keep you in
Take it easy.
suspense.
Bye.
Bye.
I might as well put the tools away.
You like Chinese food?
Yep.